Jacopo!
Rico. Why, Edmund. Did you drop from heaven?
No, from Paris. Not quite the same thing. Since when do assassins wear the uniform of the Lichtenburg army?
You tell me. Perhaps since the day King Ludwig fell ill. But this is no place to discuss it, my friends. Those soldiers will be back with reinforcements. No, Jacopo, don't fight till you know what you're fighting for. Will you come with me, my friends?
By all means, friends.
Good day, sir. Welcome to the Three Lions.
Thank you. Thank you. In here, Edmund. Bring us some good ale, landlord.
Our best, sirs, of course.
And close the curtains.
Yes, sir.
Well, this is better.
Why, you're so sure you're safe here?
I'm not. But this tavern was said to be the headquarters of General Steiger's underground movement. You've heard of General Steiger?
Steiger, yes.
He was the idol of Lichtenburg. The people called him the Liberator.
Didn't Steiger command the rebellion that put King Ludwig on the throne?
Yes, he was a fine man.
Why do you talk in the past tense?
Because there's no present, Edmund. Not for Lichtenburg. General Steiger disappeared the same day that King Ludwig fell ill. Now the king's nephew, Prince Gustav, controls the entire country. I tell you, what's happening here is a nightmare.
Your ale, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Landlord.
What is happening here?
I don't know all of it. I was in Bavaria. I heard of King Ludwig's illness, and I knew the danger to Princess Anna if Prince Gustav got control.
Well, of course, you're betrothed to the princess.
Let's say I was.
Oh, Anna wouldn't change. She's kind and loyal.
Is this kind and loyal?
1,000 marks reward is offered for the apprehension of the traitor, Baron Franz Wilhelm.
By order of Her Royal Highness Anna, Crown Princess of Lichtenburg.
Under Anna's own seal.
Yes. Her seal. Which just shows you how foolish a man can be. I heard of the king's illness and I hurried back. Alarm for Anna, of course. But the moment I crossed the border, I've been hunted like a jackal. Because of this. And yet I've done nothing. Except love my king, my country, and Anna.
I don't understand it at all, Franz.
Do you think I do, Edmund? I tell you, either I'm insane or the whole world is.
All right, Franz. We had some business in Berlin. But I think that can wait. Eh, my friends?
Yes, Captain Metz? Have they taken Franz Wilhelm yet?
He was shadowed from the border, Your Highness. My men nearly took him half an hour ago.
Nearly took him? You mean your men let him slip through their fingers?
He was rescued by 3 strangers. My soldiers will, of course, be punished.
How does that help us? I need Franz Wilhelm, Captain Metz. I need him now. Find him.
We shall. We shall, Your Highness.
Your dear father fights so gallantly for his life, Your Highness. But he weakens every day. We can only hope.
Yes, Doctor. Please keep me informed.
By your leave, Anna.
Gustav, isn't it enough that my father's dying? I begged you to let me suffer and pray alone.
My dear cousin, as head of the state, appointed under your own seal, I have to keep you informed of the happenings within our nation.
Appointed by yourself, Gustav. What choice did I have?
Very little, I admit. But the country needs a strong man at the helm. We have to consider the people's welfare.
The people's welfare or yours?
May I say...
Gustav, nothing you can say will interest me at all. So please go.
If you command it. Oh, there is one little matter. Baron Franz Wilhelm crossed the border today.
Franz?
He's in the city already.
But not in your hands. Say he's not in your hands.
Is that another command, cousin?
Is he your prisoner?
No.
All right, Gustav. I've told you you may go. I'm still the Crown Princess of Lichtenburg.
My poor dear cousin, you mean nothing. Absolutely nothing. You talk of suffering, who cares? Of praying, who will help you?
If my father lives...
He won't live. From what I hear, it's only a matter of hours. And then...
Then I am queen. It will be for me to command.
If anyone will listen, I still say abdication will save you a lot of pain.
So that you can step into my shoes.
After all, I am the next in line. And the army is behind me.
Yet there are thousands who would fight for me, Gustav. Fine leaders, too. Oh, you may have driven them underground, but never underfoot. Aren't you afraid sometimes, Gustav, when you know they still live? Men like General Steiger?
There is no proof that Steiger lives.
Neither is there proof that he died. But if he did, there are others. So many of them, too. Doesn't the thought alarm you, Gustav? Can't you hear them in your sleep? The marching feet of thousands, marching towards my deliverance and your death.
And how far will they march? Only into the muzzles of the guns which will be fired in the name of Princess Anna. But believe me, your friends will never get so far.
How can you be sure?
Because, my dear cousin, I'm a realist. You should be, too. I really came here to talk to you about Franz Wilhelm.
Yes, what about Franz? Is he to be a pawn in your game, too?
Have I said I mean him any harm?
You don't have to say it, Gustav. Please go.
Taxes are high. What can we do?
We have to hold our tongues then. 30 years I've worked. For what? To lose me farm?
So may ask.
What have you two learned?
Franz was right. This was the headquarters of General Steiger's underground movement. But Steiger hasn't been seen or heard of for over 2 months.
What about Princess Anna?
The people used to love her, but they hate her now. Hate her tyranny. She hasn't left the palace since her father's illness.
Which means she's either ashamed to meet her subjects, or she's held there by force.
If I thought that last was the
Franz.
truth,
You stay here. But I think it's time we went to see the princess.
Edmund, you're my friend, but this is not your fight.
Oh, I used to be Princess Anna's friend, too. I'd like to think I still am. Keep out of sight.
Welcome, Captain. My poor inn is at your disposal.
Your best wine, landlord.
Of course, Captain. The very best. Have all you want. On the house, of course.
Sure. Let 'em drink for free. And may it choke 'em.
Let me see your identification papers. Search them all, Corporal. Thank you. Get them out of here. So you resist a royal officer, would you?
Try me. I'm not so helpless.
Franz Wilhelm, seize him!
Forgive me for disturbing your prayers, Princess.
Edmund. It is Edmund.
Yes, Anna?
But how did you...
How I got here doesn't matter. What does matter is what action you will take now. It is your bell. You may summon help.
Help against you?
I'm a friend of Baron Franz Wilhelm.
Oh, but so am I.
Then you don't want to ring for help? Or send for Prince Gustav?
Edmund, you're my friend, too.
That's what I wanted to hear. All right. So you've been held here as a prisoner, is that it?
You can call it that.
By Prince Gustav, of course. Until when?
I suppose until my father dies.
And then?
Edmund, I don't know. I'm living from minute to minute. If I dared to look ahead...
You've got to look ahead. Once your father is gone, you'll be even more helpless than you are now.
When my father is gone, who knows where I will be?
But you have friends, Anna. One of them arrived in Lichtenburg today.
Yes, Franz. Gustav told me. Is he well? Is he safe?
He's well. But I'd hardly say he's safe. Thanks to this.
I never issued this.
It's under your seal.
No, it's Gustav's doing. He's trying to force my hand. If they capture Franz...
What?
Gustav wants to be king. If he can force me to abdicate, perhaps by offering to spare France's life in exchange for the throne.
Anna, you mustn't despair. You have other friends, too. The people love the king.
They don't love me. Not in the face of the laws that have gone out under my name.
Then you have to let the people know that you're against such laws.
How? Every messenger I send out is stopped, perhaps even killed. Only General Steiger is alive. If only you could find him.
If General Steiger is still alive, I will find him. I promise.
Anna.
It's Gustav. Get away, quickly.
Have courage, my dear.
Anna.
Come in.
Your eyes are shining. Why, cousin?
Why have you come here?
Franz Wilhelm has been captured.
I command you to release him.
We have matters to discuss. I hope you are going to be reasonable, Anna.
Halt! Who's there?
The guards are coming.
Who's there?
There are people in the garden, and your eyes were shining.
There were men here. They got away.
Who were they?
I couldn't see. It was too quick. But they must have been trying to help the princess. They may try again.
It'll be too late, Metz. Listen to the monks. The king's soul is passing.
Can't come in. Soldiers will take me. They took your friend.
Of course. We send the soldiers. We are secret police.
Secret police, eh? Put up your hands. They are all dead shots. So, you are interested in the underground. You are going underground. That way. All right. Make yourselves comfortable, secret police.
And give them some wine. They need it.
Who are you?
He doesn't have to tell us. An extra cup for the general landlord.
Does my rank show so clearly?
Well, when your man didn't take us to the palace, or rob us, I concluded we were in the hands of the underground and of General Steiger himself. I'm the Count of Monte Cristo, and these are my friends, Rico and Jacopo.
They said there was secret police.
Well, I had to say something that would lead us to General Steiger.
Can you prove your identity?
Is this enough?
You must forgive us for our rough treatment of you, my dear Count.
Lichtenburg's freedom is worth an ounce of caution. Would you know what happened to Franz Wilhelm?
The poor gallant lad showed his hand. He will be in the royal dungeons. Oh, no, not dead. Prince Gustav needs him as a bargaining point with Princess Anna.
Where are we now, by the way?
Not far from the palace. These are part of the old catacombs that run under the city. When you work with the underground, you pick up a lot of useful knowledge.
But Gustav and his men don't know of these passages?
On the contrary, they know all about them.
Then, aren't you afraid of a raid, General?
No. This happens to be the one place in the city that won't be raided. Well, not until the king dies.
He's dying right now. We heard the chanting of the monks.
Well, in that case, Gustav's soldiers will be here tonight.
I don't understand. You say that Prince Gustav knows of all your secret hideouts, and yet...
Gustav and his agents know every hideout in Lichtenburg, my friend. What is more, they know the name of every member of the underground movement.
How?
They have their methods, and good ones, too. But picking off individual patriots one by one would only drive the underground movement further afield. So Gustav is waiting for the crucial moment, the death of King Ludwig.
And then?
Tonight, Gustav's regiments are waiting to strike. When the king dies, the massacre will commence.
Every underground hideout will be raided without warning. Every patriot will be murdered in cold blood. No one will be left to support Princess Anna's cause or to rise against Gustav's tyranny. At least, that's how Gustav thinks it'll work out.
This massacre is supposed to take place at a given signal.
Let us call it an order.
From Prince Gustav.
No. From Princess Anna.
Well, you must be out of your mind. Princess Anna will never order the murder of her friends.
The princess will not know what she is ordering. Oh, Gustav has it all worked out very cleverly. As heir to the throne of Lichtenburg, Princess Anna will proclaim herself queen and order the cathedral bells to be pealed. When the bells peal out, Gustav's men have orders to raid every hideout and to kill every patriot, leaving Anna at the mercy of her enemies.
Then the cathedral bells mustn't peal.
You have a point there, Count. And that's where you can play your part. Tonight we have to work inside the palace.
But how can we enter it? We stirred up a lot of trouble when I visited the princess tonight. The guards will be troubled.
But the famous Count of Monte Cristo can enter the palace quite openly. Oh, by the way, don't think that you'll be alone. I told you that one picks up a lot of useful knowledge when one works for the underground. It so happens that there's another way into the palace. More subterranean, shall we say? You'll have all the support you need, my dear Count.
The Count of Monte Cristo, Your Highness.
My dear Count, a very great pleasure. I had no idea you were in Lichtenburg.
Oh, I was just passing through. I'm on my way to Berlin.
I have some boring business there in connection with my banking interests. And naturally, I wish to pay my respects to that charming young lady, the Princess Anna.
I fear that is quite impossible. You must have heard that the King Ludwig is ill.
Oh, yes, indeed. Dying, so they tell me. Was that why the monks are chanting?
Yes, Count. The princess is with her father now. And you still want to see her?
Yes, Prince Gustav.
What is this?
I command you better respect. You will take me to the princess in the king's bedchamber. You will remain with me there. Oh, yes. This gun will be covering you all the time from inside my coat.
The king will die any minute.
Exactly. And when he does, you will accompany the princess and myself out of the palace. And out of Lichtenburg, if necessary.
Do you think you can get away with this alone?
Not alone. Meet my friends. Jacopo, Rico, and of course, General Steiger.
Steiger.
Will you do as I ask you now, Prince Gustav?
The king is dead.
That means the princess will be going back to her chamber. Go and find her, Count. Get her out of the palace. You may need your two friends. I'll look after him. It's down the corridor to the west wing.
Thank you, General. Rico, Jacopo, come on.
Thank you, Steiger. A very convenient arrival.
Are you sure, Gustav?
Of course you saved me from Monte Cristo. Why don't you lower that gun? Steiger, we've worked together for months. We are partners.
Yes, and a very fruitful partnership it's been. I disappeared, joined my old friends in the underground. I have betrayed every patriot, revealed every hiding place. And right now your troops are waiting for the cathedral bells to peal out.
Yes, Steiger. Yes, it's what we planned between us. Then why the gun? Are you telling me you've been on Princess Anna's side all along?
No.
Then put away that gun. I've promised. I shall be king, you'll be head of state.
Why should I be the second man when I can be the first?
First?
I am on nobody's side except my own.
Steiger, if you shoot, 100 guards will come running.
And who will they capture? Only Monte Cristo and his friends?
Steiger, I order you. I beg you.
There was a shot.
A shot! What happened?
Search the whole palace. Spread out.
Guards are coming. Quickly. Lock the door, Jacopo. They've taken her.
By force, Edmund.
Search every room. Break it down.
Quickly, through the window.
General Steiger's here, Edmund.
The princess has been captured. We went to her room and... Anna!
Thank you for trying to help me, Edmund, but General Steiger's men were ahead of you.
It looked as if there'd been a fight in your room.
Yes, and some of my men had a brush with Gustav's soldiers. I thought it safer to have the princess in our hands.
But if you were going to send your men to help Her Highness, Why did you send us to her room?
I never take chances, Count. I always have two strings to my bow.
Yes, General. So what happens now?
My father is dead, Edmund. I'm just signing this order proclaiming myself queen.
And when you do sign it, the cathedral bells will peal.
Of course, Edmund.
Don't sign that order.
Don't move, gentlemen.
General, I don't understand. Why shouldn't I sign this order?
Because you'll be signing the death warrant of every one of your friends. And possibly your own, too.
My own?
Yes, yours too, Princess. I'm sorry it's worked out this way. Keep still, Count.
I see. So I've underestimated you, General.
Don't feel too badly about it, Count. Gustav underestimated me, too.
And what do you get out of it?
All that I want. Power, yes, and wealth probably as great as yours, Monte Cristo.
In exchange for your honor, the people of Lichtenburg loved you.
Love doesn't pay dividends, Count. Oh, yes, I was general of the army, beloved by the populace. And what did I get out of it? A salary not worth mentioning and a pitiful pension when I retire. You have everything, Count. You look forward to a future of continued luxury. At least you did look forward to it. All you can look forward to now is 7 feet of cold earth to lie in.
And you will rule Lichtenburg.
Exactly, Count. There is nothing to stop me.
Are you quite sure? Keep back, Anna. What did you get out of it, General? It is sad, isn't it? A great man throwing away everything for ambition. I'm afraid all you will get out of it now is a journey to the scaffold.
So the bells are pealing after all, Edmund.
Yes, but now they only mean happiness for Princess Anna and Franz Wilhelm. Well, gentlemen, we have some boring business to conduct in Berlin. Shall we go?